Hi guys, welcome back to For Your Information. Let's just get straight into it. So much has occurred this past month, and this week has been tragically eventful. So much happened in such little time, from Banj losing his son, to Davido winning the BET Awards, to the Super Chickens getting kicked out of the World Cup. I mean, I don't think I even have enough time to go through everything. In this video, I will just quickly go through some of the major issues that occurred this week. So to start off, Nigeria this week, Nigeria overtook India as the country with the largest number of people living in extreme poverty. It is estimated that 87 million Nigerians, that's almost half the population, survives on just 680 naira. That's $1.90 a day. In Nigeria, this figure is projected to rise by the end of 2018. According to the researcher, in Africa as a whole, there will be 3.2 million more people in poverty than there are today. Moving on to more devastating news, in continuation of the series of killings occurring in the north, 86 people were slaughtered in Bakinladi by suspected headsmen. According to the public relations officer who spoke to Channels News,
86 people lost their lives in the attack, 6 people injured, 50 houses burnt, 50 motorcycles burnt down, 12 motor vehicles were also burnt as a result of the attack. The Assistant Commissioner of Police from the Operations Department, who led other operation officers, confirmed this figure to us this evening.
In response to the killings in Plateau State, the president said, according to Premium Times, let me read the quote exactly so that it will not be that I put words in his mouth. He said, "This administration has performed creditably well in curbing insecurity in Nigeria." 86 people have just been murdered. This is on top of the other ones that have died. Nobody can say that we haven't done well in terms of security. We have done our best. But the way this situation is now, we can only pray. That's all he said, that we can only pray. So basically what it means is there's nothing else he can do, that, he has given it his all. And that this is the best he can do. He can't do more than what it is now. All we can do now is pray. It seems as though this guy has amnesia. Let me jog his memory. He's not the same guy that was, castigating and criticizing Jonathan. That Jonathan was ineffective, he wasn't working well, especially the time that the Chibok girls were kidnapped. When he said he was going to wipe out the terrorists in the first few months of his presidency. Was it not last month or so that they said they want to add $1 billion more to fight the Boko Haram that they've been claiming to defeat since the beginning of this year? According to Amnesty International, they said since January, an estimated 1,813 people have died. That's more than double the number that died in 2017. And this guy is coming out here to say he has tried and that all we can do now is pray. See, according to a tweet by Frank Donga, if you don't brush your teeth and you are praying for fresh breath, you will be left with smelly mouth. He made so much noise about how he can defeat Boko Haram, he can defeat terrorism, but under his watch, the amount of people are increasing. Like, you have stats like this saying 1,813 people more have died, and you say you have done your best. Jokers. That's all. Under section 14, the state has the primary responsibility to ensure the security and welfare of the people. So going by this, he hasn't ensured the security and welfare of people, where 86 people were murdered senselessly over several hours and nothing was done to curb it. Nothing. This is not like this is the first time that something like this is happening. 1,813 people have died since January till now, and the president is coming out to say he has done his best. I'm done. Moving on to the next tragedy, because it just seems as though tragedy is what is magneting this country. We always used to make so much noise about how we don't have any natural disasters in this country, but at this point, okay, I guess you can't say it's natural disasters because many of them are preventable issues. I'm sure you guys know what I want to talk about next. In Lagos, on the Otedola Bridge, a fuel tanker exploded, burning 54 cars, at least 54 cars, and 10 people died. 10 people died. I don't know, like, which way? Nigeria, what do we need to do? You have cases of people being slaughtered in their houses in the north. You come to the west, you hear tankers are exploding. You go to the south, kidnappers are rampant. I don't know, like, what do we do? Like, what should we do? Should we vanish? Doesn't make sense. Oh my god. And the thing is, this fuel tanker explosion thing, this is not the first time that this thing is happening. You know, here in Nigeria, we do not learn from history. Oh no, it's too hard to learn from history. In December 2017, just barely 6 months ago, a similar tanker explosion in the same Lagos burnt 21 vehicles and 5 motorcycles. Also, in 2012, in what is considered to be one of the worst fuel tanker explosions on the East-West Road, at least 104 people were killed and 50 people wounded. Also, in 2009, a similar incident occurred, claiming the lives of 70 to 80 people. The list goes on and on. We never learn. The way these things happen is, okay, this kind of tragedy would occur. Everybody would mourn, everybody would, pay condolences and blah, 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 blah. Nobody will be held accountable. There will be no investigation to find out what happened and how to solve the issue. And it would repeat itself. It would repeat itself. How would a tanker with bad brakes be allowed to operate on the road? Well, it's Nigeria now. It's not Nigeria where there's a bridge somewhere in Lagos. I can't remember the bridge now, where they pack these things on. Like, the day I saw this thing, I was shocked. One side of the whole bridge, all the way on a bridge, they packed these things like that. Like, they're just there. That's where they packed them. And we should not be surprised that things like this are happening. No. Oh no. Many of these things are very preventable, but they keep happening. On a final note, I know I'm guilty of this as well, but there's a thread on Twitter that just details exactly how, we're always very quick to point fingers at just the president. And I know the blame is not for just the president. This thread just goes into, talking about how many of us do not really know the roles and functions of many of the other politically elected officials, but we just cast blame on just the president. I think it's worth a read, to be honest. Anyways, that's it. I would see you next week. The main story, I decided to push that until the next video because I just had to talk about some of these issues.
Mouth won't start to leak again. Oh.